Welcome to Monday Night Raw. What an Elimination Chamber event we had. At Elimination Chamber, Sheamus finally captures the one title that eludes him, dethroning Apollo Crews to become an Intercontinental Champion and a Grand Slam Champion. Tonight, Crews gets his rematch. Can he reclaim the Intercontinental Championship? After their last title match is ruined by the Creed brothers, the New Day finally get another shot at the World Tag Team Championships. With no disqualifications tonight, can the War Raiders survive the onslaught, or will the New Day do whatever it takes to regain the gold? After Moose launches a brutal attack on Sami Zayn, the hardcore champion puts his title on the line tonight, seeking revenge. With pride at stake, can Zayn defend WWE's honor, or will Moose make a statement for TNA? With Bayley and Naomi breaking up and no longer in the hunt, new challengers must rise in the women's tag division. Tonight, three teams collide in a triple threat match to determine the next #1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Seth Rollins opens the show, marching to the ring with a microphone in hand as he prepares to address the WWE Universe. Seth Rollins boasts about his victory over CM Punk at Elimination Chamber, declaring that Punk does not deserve to main event WrestleMania. Rollins then stakes his claim to the World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania, reminding everyone that he has pinned both Gunther and CM Punk in his last two matches. Gunther emerges to confront Seth Rollins, staring him down and making it clear that he fears no challenger, asserting that it does not matter who he faces because he will retain the World Heavyweight Championship regardless. Without warning, Gunther catches Rollins off guard with a sudden attack. Gunther calls out additional backup, and to the shock of everyone, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate answer the call. New Catch Republic align themselves with Gunther, and the three men swarm Seth Rollins with a vicious 3-on-1 assault.
The following triple threat tag team contest, scheduled for one fall, is to determine the #1 contenders to the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing first. They are the team of Natalya and Maxine Dupri, the Dungeon Dolls.
The Dungeon Dolls make their entrance as Natalya and Maxine Dupri head to the ring, focused on earning a long-awaited opportunity at the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. It has been some time since Natalya last competed for gold, and a win tonight would move her one step closer to another title match.
Next, representing Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley and Kiana James.
Fatal Influence makes their entrance as Fallon Henley and Kiana James step onto the stage united, chasing glory after recently joining forces as a dangerous new faction. Winning this triple threat match would move them one step closer to restoring gold and prestige to Fatal Influence and securing a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship opportunity.
Next, they are the team of Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley, the Terror Twins.
The Terror Twins make their entrance as Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez walk to the ring united by mutual respect forged in recent weeks. After falling short in the Elimination Chamber, they look to turn that disappointment into opportunity by teaming up to chase a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship opportunity tonight. All 6 competitors are in the ring as the bell sounds, and chaos immediately erupts with everyone scrambling for control. Fatal Influence, the Dungeon Dolls, and the Terror Twins trade strikes and power moves as the action breaks down across the ring. Every woman fights with urgency, knowing a victory tonight earns a coveted shot at the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley seize early control with sheer intensity and brutality, proving exactly why they are the favorites to win tonight. Maxine Dupri unleashes a rarely seen ruthless side, using weapons to inflict damage and fully exploiting the no disqualification nature of this triple threat match. Raquel Rodriguez finds an opening and plants Maxine Dupri with a powerbomb, going for the pin, but Kiana James is right there to break it up. Fallon Henley locks Natalya in a sharpshooter of her own. Natalya fights through the pain and manages to struggle free. Kiana James keeps the pressure on Natalya, driving her into the mat with a huge spinebuster. Natalya fights back with a huge clothesline on Kiana James, but Raquel Rodriguez slams her to the mat and goes for the cover. Maxine Dupri and Fallon Henley dive in to break the pin. Raquel Rodriguez catches Fallon Henley and crushes her onto the mat with a devastating Tijana bomb. Rhea Ripley holds the other opponents at bay, giving Rodriguez the opening to go for the pin.
Here are your winners, the Terror Twins.
The Terror Twins fight through the chaos of this triple threat tag team match and secure the victory to stand tall at the end. With the win, they earn a hard-fought shot at the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. AJ Lee makes her way to the ring with a microphone in hand, soaking in the reaction from the WWE Universe. She thanks the fans for their unwavering support during her long absence, crediting them for helping her overcome the odds and win the Women's World Championship #1 contender Elimination Chamber match. AJ vows to dethrone Io Sky at WrestleMania and complete her comeback story on the grandest stage of them all. Kairi Sane interrupts AJ Lee as she walks out to the ring. Kairi Sane coldly warned that Lee might not even reach WrestleMania. She demands that Lee abandon her pursuit of Io Sky's Women's World Championship or face devastating consequences. AJ Lee fires back by challenging Kairi Sane to put her money where her mouth is, setting up an impromptu match on the spot. The bell rings, and Kairi Sane immediately unleashes a flurry of punishing offense on AJ Lee, overwhelming her from the opening moments. Sane targets Lee relentlessly, driving home her earlier warning to stay away from Io Sky's Women's World Championship. AJ Lee finds an opening and counters, taking Kairi Sane down to the mat. Lee quickly locks in the Black Widow submission, wrenching back as Sane writhes in pain. Sane fights through the agony and finally manages to struggle free. Kairi Sane hoists AJ Lee up for a powerbomb, but Lee counters at the last second by rolling Sane up for a surprise pin.
Here is your winner, AJ Lee.
AJ Lee picks up the victory, proving she can back up her words inside the ring. Io Sky then emerges to ambush Lee, asserting her dominance and sending a clear message as the reigning Women's World Champion. Io Sky calls for reinforcement as AJ Lee tries to fight back onto her feet. Kairi Sane and Asuka join Sky in the ring, and the Damage Control trio swarms AJ Lee in a brutal assault. The three women overwhelm Lee and deliver a vicious beatdown, sending a chilling warning that she may not even make it to WrestleMania.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first. From Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 195 pounds, Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes makes his entrance, still searching for momentum after losing the Intercontinental Championship. Tonight he faces a familiar rival and former ally turned foe Trick Williams, hoping a win can reignite his run.
And his opponent. From Columbia, South Carolina, weighing in at 240 pounds, Trick Williams.
Trick Williams steps onto the stage, searching for a turnaround after dropping the European Championship. Facing his former ally Carmelo Hayes, Trick looks to settle the score and rebuild his momentum with a statement win. Carmelo Hayes showcases his agility, slipping past Trick Williams before taking him down with a flurry of offense. Trick Williams rolls out of harm's way and roars back into the fight, mounting a strong offensive surge against Carmelo Hayes. Trick Williams climbs to the top turnbuckle, leaps off, and crashes down with a huge elbow drop. Williams keeps the pressure on with relentless offense, firmly in control of the match. Carmelo Hayes counters and battles back to his feet, refusing to stay down. Hayes keeps the pressure on Trick Williams, unleashing a focused burst of offense. He connects clean with the first 48 and immediately goes for the cover. Williams shows his resilience by kicking out, keeping the match alive. Trick Williams blocks and counters, then suddenly hits a huge trick shot before going for the pin.
Here is your winner, Trick Williams.
Trick Williams secures the win, defeating his former ally Carmelo Hayes in a hard-fought battle. In a surprising show of sportsmanship, Hayes offers Williams a handshake, congratulating him and acknowledging the quality of the match. With the victory and Hayes' surprising show of respect, all eyes turn to what's next for Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. The following hardcore match, scheduled for one fall, is for the Hardcore Championship. Moose makes his imposing entrance for the Hardcore Championship match against Sami Zayn, representing TNA with a mission to bring a WWE title back to his home promotion. He vows to show the underdog Sami Zayn the true brutality of a hardcore match and prove why he deserves the championship. Sami Zayn makes his entrance for the Hardcore Championship match, fired up and seeking payback for Moose's attacks over the past 2 weeks. Determined to retain his title, Zayn vows to neutralize the TNA threat and prove why he is still the Hardcore Champion. The following hardcore match, scheduled for one fall, is for the Hardcore Championship. Introducing first, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 295 pounds, representing TNA, Moose, and his opponent, from Quebec, Canada, weighing at 212 pounds, he is the Hardcore Champion, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn hands the Hardcore Championship to the referee, who raises it high in the air as the atmosphere tightens and this brutal title match is officially set to begin. Moose starts the match in complete control, overwhelming the champion with raw strength and brutal offense. Sami Zayn is driven back and punished at every turn, struggling to get back to his feet. The challenger keeps the pressure on, looking to break Zayn early in this Hardcore Championship clash. Moose goes for a standing moonsault, but Sami Zayn rolls out of harm's way just in time. Sami Zayn comes roaring back, and the fight spills to ringside. Zayn uses the weapons at his disposal to inflict damage on the powerful Moose and shift the momentum. Sami Zayn looks to scoop Moose up, but Moose slips free at the last moment. Moose then hoists Zayn high into the air, showing off his incredible strength before crashing him down to the mat. Sami Zayn counters Moose and connects with a big boot before diving in for the cover. Moose powers out of the pin attempt, refusing to stay down. Zayn picks Moose up and looks for the blue thunderbomb, but Moose counters out of it. Moose seizes back control of the match, pouring on the pressure with punishing offense. The challenger overwhelms the champion, keeping Zayn on the back foot as the Hardcore title hangs in the balance. Moose continues to impress with his dominant offense, showing why he is such a dangerous challenger. He grabs the steel steps and looks to crush Sami Zayn, but Zayn narrowly evades disaster. Sami Zayn turns the tide and hits a blue thunderbomb at ringside. The action rolls back into the ring as Zayn brings the fight to Moose. Zayn continues to punish Moose with sharp strikes, trying to wear the challenger down. Sami Zayn rests Moose onto a leaning table and sends him crashing through it with brutal force. Zayn then climbs the ladder, scaling to the top with precision. He leaps off with a breathtaking swanton bomb onto Moose and immediately goes for the pin.
Here is your winner, and, still, Hardcore Champion, Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn emerges victorious after a hard-fought battle with Moose. As Zayn celebrates, TNA World Champion Joe Hendry makes his entrance, congratulates him, and locks eyes with Zayn while proposing a champ versus champ showdown in the future. Jacy Jayne makes her way to the ring with a microphone in hand, clearly ready to speak her mind. She calls out Raw General Manager Adam Pearce, voicing her frustration that she and the rest of Fatal Influence were overlooked for the Elimination Chamber. Jayne demands compensation in the form of a title shot against Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria. Sol Ruca emerges to interrupt and confront Jacy Jayne. Sol reminds Jayne and everyone else that she is the official #1 contender. She makes it clear she is still owed her title rematch after her last championship opportunity was disrupted and ruined by Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton. Jacy Jayne wastes no time arguing and instead shocks Sol Ruca with a sudden attack, making it clear how far she's willing to go for a title shot. Jacy Jayne calls for reinforcement to join the assault. Ruca tries to fight back, but the numbers overwhelm her as all 3 members of Fatal Influence swarms her in the ring, taking her down and standing tall over her fallen body. The following no disqualification match, scheduled for one fall, is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, weighing in at a combined weight of 552 pounds, They are the World Tag Team Champions, the team of Eric and Ivar, the War Raiders. The War Raiders make their imposing entrance as Eric and Ivar head toward the ring, fully prepared for the brutality of a no disqualification environment. Determined to retain the World Tag Team Championships, the question looms whether they will use the stipulation to overwhelm the New Day, or be punished by challengers who are more than willing to embrace the chaos. And their opponents. Weighing in at a combined weight of 417 pounds, they are the team of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. The New Day. The New Day make their entrance as Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods head to the ring with renewed focus and intensity. After their last title match was ruined by the Creed brothers, they embrace the no disqualification stipulation tonight, willing to do whatever it takes to reclaim the World Tag Team Championships. The referee raises the World Tag Team Championships high in the air as the tension builds, and this no disqualification title clash between the War Raiders and the New Day begins. The action goes back and forth as neither team can sustain control in this brutal encounter. Both teams are fighting with desperation, pouring everything they have into every strike and slam. With the World Tag Team Championships on the line, each side is determined to punish their opponents and walk out victorious. The action spills to ringside as both teams scramble for weapons and use them to gain an edge. Brutality erupts all around the ringside area, with neither side holding back in this no disqualification war. The cunning and experienced New Day begin to seize control, cleverly using the environment to their advantage. They punish the champions with relentless offense, inflicting serious damage as the momentum swings in their favor. Ivar roars back into action, countering and leading a fierce charge against the New Day to seize back control of the match. He muscles Xavier Woods and sends him crashing back into the ring as the momentum shifts. Ivar hoists Xavier Woods onto his shoulders and plants him with a sit-out reverse piledriver before going for the cover. Woods shocks everyone by kicking out at the last moment, keeping the match alive. Kofi Kingston tries to fight his way back, but Ivar cuts him off and drops him with a reverse neckbreaker. Ivar and Kofi Kingston roll out of the ring as Eric blasts Xavier Woods with the belly-to-back penalty kick and goes for the pin. Here are your winners, and still, the World Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders. The War Raiders survive the chaos and win the match, retaining the World Tag Team Championships. Their celebration is abruptly cut short as Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt Six emerge to confront the champions and stake a claim for a future title shot for their faction. The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Intercontinental Championship. Apollo Crews makes his entrance for this Intercontinental Championship rematch, focused on reclaiming the title he lost at Elimination Chamber. The question now is whether Crews can overcome the Celtic Warrior and win back the championship tonight. Sheamus makes his entrance as the reigning Intercontinental Champion, having finally captured the one title that eluded him and completed his journey to become a Grand Slam champion. The question now is whether the Celtic Warrior can emerge victorious again tonight and continue his reign as Intercontinental Champion. The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Intercontinental Championship. Introducing first, from Benue State, Nigeria, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the former Intercontinental Champion, Apollo Crews, and his opponent. From Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, representing the Brawling Crew, he is the Intercontinental Champion, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Sheamus hands the Intercontinental Championship to the referee, who raises it high as the tension builds, and this title match against Apollo Crews is about to begin. Both men come out firing at the opening bell, with Sheamus and Apollo Crews trading offense as they look to seize early momentum and walk away with the Intercontinental Championship. Sheamus mounts the pressure on Apollo Crews, unleashing relentless offense as he looks to retain his hard-earned Intercontinental Championship. He locks in a submission hold, targeting Crews' legs in an effort to strip away his agility. Apollo Crews powers out of the submission, but Sheamus immediately cuts him down with a clothesline, refusing to let Crews back into the match. Sheamus plants Cruz with the Celtic Cross and goes for the cover. Cruz somehow kicks out at 2, refusing to give in and staying alive in this title match. Sheamus continues to dominate the match, firmly in control and determined to hold on to the title that eluded him for so long. He keeps Apollo Crews on the back foot with punishing offense, refusing to give the former champion any breathing room. Crews struggles to mount a comeback as the champion dictates the pace of this Intercontinental Championship clash. Crews is trapped between the ropes as Sheamus unloads with strike after strike of the beats of the Bodhrán. Crews collapses back onto the mat, completely disoriented from the barrage. Sheamus connects with a massive brogue kick and dives in for the cover. Here is your winner and, still, Intercontinental Champion, Sheamus. Sheamus defeats Apollo Crews and retains the Intercontinental Championship with a dominance display. Crews shows respect afterward by offering a handshake, congratulating Sheamus on the win and his successful title defense. Sheamus celebrates his victory as Apollo Crews exits the ring, only for Crews to shock everyone by returning and launching a sudden attack on the champion. Everyone is stunned as Apollo Crews unleashes an out-of-character brutal assault out of nowhere on the Intercontinental Champion. Apollo Crews signals for reinforcements to continue the assault on Sheamus. Sheamus tries his best to fight back onto his feet. To everyone's shock, Omos and Obafemi enter the ring, and the three superstars overwhelm Sheamus, standing tall over his battered body in the center of the ring. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you like this video.